not watching.
Yo, you know what the funny thing is? Yo, I would be like, if you had told me, right? Like, if you had told me, like, probably like a year ago, that we'd have a conversation about the Weeknd in terms of like where his career is going, because I think that's where we're having right now in terms of if we're thinking about trilogy. Like, I'm with some of y'all. This seems like a whack trilogy if it's gonna be a trilogy,
This
right?
shit is whack.
That shit is horrible.
Like I don't think
Tory Lanez did it better, bro.
Bro, I don't think whack.
Hell yeah.
By the way,
Tory Lanez's 80s album was way better. Well, 70s
yo,
album.
when I heard Dawn FM, I thought of Tory's album. Right?
Tory
Yo,
did it better,
if you
bro.
give
Tory definitely did it better.
if you give the Weeknd, right? Which, by the way, when I saw the old look, right, I'm thinking a guy who would probably who was younger in his 70s, so he's gonna make 70s music, right? 70s music or 80s music, right?
This is 80s music, yeah.
Okay.
Tory did 70s music.
Okay. So when I look at this, I'm like, damn, did Tory just do this shit way better than the Weeknd? And I never thought I would be having this conversation about him.
Tory did it better because the samples Tory got was like actual 80s songs. So like that shit just sounded.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Tory's album kind of just sounded like a mixtape with a bunch of 80s songs on it.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like a chick tape. It was like a chick tape. With like 80s.
Yeah.
That's really
Well,
what
Tory
I feel
kills
like
that
the
shit.
Weeknd, he was trying to do some world building shit with his whole album. Like, you know what I mean?
But it still felt very incomplete.
I think the Super Bowl got to his head.
Nah, for real.
Wait. No, you gotta explain that. What do you mean the Super Bowl got to his head?
Like the Super Bowl made him a little bit more mainstream, so he's trying to go towards like pop type music or whatever type music.
He been pop though.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'll bounce off of what you said with the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl was the epitome of him being pop. Like, I think that was such a good look, and he still felt like he had an edge. You know that meme where like he's just looking all around and he's walking, like it still felt like he just wasn't just like the stock pop guy. And I think he was trying to like, is it possible that he just missed this time around trying to be pop, but also kind of have an edge a little bit?
Yeah, I think he missed. I think he needs to get back to his roots. Do a little bit more.
He can never get back to his roots. He doesn't.
I'm tired of people saying that. Like, why do you want old stuff from him? Like, I'm not saying evolve and play whack. You kind of admit it's whack, but he's gonna evolve. He's gonna evolve as an artist, but that shit is whack though. But if you want his old shit, listen to his old shit.
I'm not saying his old shit. So I'm meaning like okay, so like the songs off of like Starboy. There's more 808s, like stuff like that. Like we don't need the pop shit.
The empty ass bottle of honey.
Yo. So this is what I'm thinking about with the Weeknd. I just don't know what the next frontier is. You know what I mean? It's like I felt like this was an album to put him in another realm, a realm that musically, not to compare him to like say like for example, I think Kendrick's next album is gonna be like so. I don't think it's going to be a regular hip-hop album. I think it's going to be regular in the sense of it will have some songs to keep us engaged. But I think because of how long he took, he's going to try to make it it's something that just stands out. I'm looking at the Weeknd, and I think the Weeknd was trying to be different. You get what I mean? He had to be trying to be different. Dawn FM, he's trying to commit to a look. Like, look at his Instagram. Like, look at this shit. However, if we're saying that he missed, I just don't know where he could go to get right.
We would have never thought we would have been comparing Gunna to the Weeknd, bro. That's all I got
to say. He's always had this pattern, like with House of Balloons is like magic. Thursday was like okay, but then he killed it with Echoes of Silence. Another pattern you have Beauty Behind the Madness, awesome. Starboy,
Okay, I got a question for the real Weeknd fans, right? A lot of Weeknd fans, ever since he blew up and went pop, they've always complained about the fact that, now he's so mainstream and commercial. Maybe this album was an attempt, and I'm playing devil's advocate, an attempt to go back to the core and be as close to non-mainstream as he possibly could.
That nigga missed.
And I agree.
Badly.
I'm a diehard Weeknd stan. And I will say,
speak on.
Who deafened me?
Nah, Josh, go ahead. Is that Josh?
Yes, Josh.
Someone kicked him out.
Man, Joshua was not about that life, man. What do y'all think about that? Anybody here?
I don't know who kicked him out, but I'm about to move him back in.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, he flopped, bro. That's it.
Joshua, the guy with EXO tatted on his ass cheek. Talk about it, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, yo.
No, Act. How you know it's
violating?
Hey.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Yo, I really know like 8 girls. And pause. Like obviously with that comment, right? But I know 8 girls, but they're all white girls. They all have EXO tatted on their ass cheek. I don't know what it is.
How much coke do they have in their nose?
No
way. Well, I assume, and by the way, everyone I've ever asked, they all do coke. Like, I don't know what it is.
Again, like Act, like I told you the other day, bro. I feel like The Weeknd used to make music for the niggas who was around selling the coke, and then he started making too much money that he started partying, going to the clubs, and just doing the coke.
Okay.
And
Kyrie, I hear what you're saying. Yo, Kyrie, I hear what you're saying. Let me ask this direct question. I think the Weeknd that works is Toxic Weeknd. I think Weeknd is really the singing version of Future. And whether we want to admit it or not, like the songs that has really worked and the songs that we really with is him exhibiting toxic behavior over really sweet sounding, sonically appeasing, songs. Like for example, we talking about Often, we talking about Wicked Games. He said, "I left my girl back home. I don't want her no more," and he just started going off on some other shit. That's hard on thought shit. Think about it, right? You know what I mean? Low Life. You know what I mean? Like, yo, a lot of these songs, a lot of songs is like, The Weeknd is the guy who is coined, and I always was amazed by it. He could make toxic behavior sound like it's like pretty much on some love shit. You know what I mean? And that was his thing towards guys. Even on his pop album, like if you listen to Blinding Lights or Hills Have Eyes, you know what I mean? Like he kind of injects that into it. If you listen to Often, that's clearly overt. If you listen to Or Nah, like yo, he's talking about, he's like, what did this project for y'all miss? Like, where did he miss?
It's like the first project he ever dropped. He dropped Kissland, and Kissland flopped. So this is his Kissland again.
This is Kissland 2.0. Damn.
Exactly.
Yo, who's talking right here?
That's Blueprint.
Okay. Damn, I forgot about Kissland.
Enjoy of Jersey.
Yeah, I forgot about Kissland.
Damn, if this is another Kissland.
That's what he was saying on his Twitter. He was saying, with my earlier albums, it's the same thing now. Y'all just catching up. Type.
And Kissland had flopped, but it was still, it was still different sounding though.
Why do you think he's trying to call this a trilogy then? Because I feel like if you're going to call it a trilogy, the reason why the trilogy work is that's 3 classics.
Yeah, he missing, bro. He needs to stop calling it a trilogy. He putting disrespect on House of Balloons.
Right? Well, I'm asking y'all though, like, it's 3 classics in a row. Like, After Hours, I like After Hours. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this one right here, is this a classic?
Nah, bro. He's sold on this one for real.
It's probably his worst album, okay?
No way. It's not his worst.
Put this on growing, yo.
Nah, it has to be, bro. It has to be.
I mean, yo, let's be honest. It's been out for.
Oh shit! What's up with Kodak?
Right.
I don't think that bad.
It's not bad, right? But I still think After Hours is better, right?
Yeah.
I just think this time around the beat selection was really, really repetitive. Like, let's all be honest now.
Yeah, or that
shit was hurting my head. Didn't he put it on Amazon Music or some shit like that?
Nah, you spin, bro.
Yeah, I think that was really the biggest issue with this album. Like, if you really think about it, this guy dropped 3 singles. It was Take My Breath. That was really the biggest issue with this album. He had that song with.
Hey, if you guys have the streaming on in the background, please mute up. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he had Take My Breath, that single with Post Malone, and that single with Swedish House Mafia, and that shit all sounded very similar. And I'm be honest, Take My Breath wasn't the biggest single either. So when he drops an album that sounds like those three singles that all sounded similar and everything else sounded exactly the same, production wise, I don't think people are really gonna be too happy about that.